Welcome back. Our eye now shifts to the issue of Judaism and contemporary society. Rabbi Mendel Shmotkin is the Executive Vice President of Lubavitch of Wisconsin. Rabbi, shalom.
Shalom.
Good to see you.
Thank you for having us.
Since it was founded here in Milwaukee back in 1968, Lubavitch has certainly grown throughout the state, hasn't it?
It has indeed. So actually my parents, Rabbi Israel and Devorah Shmotkin, they came here in 1968 as representatives of the Lubavitch movement. Back then Lubavitch was pretty small. Today there's over 4,000 offices around the world. And here in Wisconsin we also have seen tremendous growth. We have offices today 3 offices in Madison, Green Bay, Kenosha, and Mequon, Bayside, Fox Point, Milwaukee, Glendale, wherever you want, we have some offices and programs.
And you have schools as well. In fact, you recently opened a high school on the city's east side.
That's correct. Hillel High School, first year. We had 18 students this year. Tremendous new beginning, way beyond our wildest expectations in terms of a beginning, and we hope to see it grow in the future.
There certainly was a demand for it, not only here in this area, but from people out of the country.
It was a huge surprise. We thought that we were going to start with just a couple kids, a new private high school, and we found interest from throughout the states. We have about half of our students are from out of state and half from in-state.
Like other faiths, Judaism has a number of denominations, Reform, Conservative, Orthodox. Where would Lubavitch fall? Orthodox, I would imagine.
So generally speaking, we would consider ourselves observant. We try to observe the Torah, the mitzvahs, but we're very adverse to all of these labels. We feel like labels are for shirts. Nobody fits exactly into any particular box. These labels really just divide people. We tend to think of people as individuals, as human beings, as Jews, and leave the labels for other places.
A Pew Research study was released last November and sparked a lot of discussion in the Jewish community. What findings do you believe are most important from that study, Rabbi?
Well, I think that it's very clear, and it has been for some time, that as I said before, that people don't fit into any particular box or any particular preconceived idea of what their Judaism is. I think some of the most important things are that the old institutions, the old Jewish institutions, whether they're synagogues, federations, all types of educational institutions, they need to rethink. We all need to rethink what we're doing and how we're doing it. People are not just going to participate because their parents did or their grandparents did, and that's how it had been in Judaism for a long time. People are participating when it's meaningful for them, when they're finding real value, a real message for themselves, a spiritual message, a moral message, and I think we need to be very, very cognizant of that. They're not just going to show up just because their parents did.
Yeah. The survey also found that 1 in 5 describe themselves as having no identity. But that really is a reflection of the general public as well, where about 20% of people, when asked, what religion are you, was like, I don't have a religion.
You know, it's interesting because Judaism doesn't, people tend to think of Judaism as a religion, and yet you'll ask maybe even a majority of Jews, are you religious? And they will say, oh, not me, absolutely not. And so Judaism doesn't really fall into sort of the narrow category of a religion. That's one of the issues that we take up in our recent course in Judaism and Modern Society. We really describe Judaism more as a family because it's not a nationality. There are Jews of all nationalities. There are Jews of all races. There are Jews really, I mean, today you have, I'm almost sorry to say, but you have Jews who consider themselves Jewish Buddhists, Jewbus, you know? So can you imagine having if you would ask a Christian, excuse me, are you Buddhist? And say, yes, I'm a Christian Buddhist. Well, that doesn't make sense. But with Jews it does, and that's because Judaism doesn't really, that mold of sort of just a faith community doesn't really do it justice. It's much more of it's a culture, and it's a family, and it's a nationality, and it's a religion, and it's all of these things. So it doesn't really fit neatly into any of those categories.
You talked about that 6-week course which is underway right now to be a Jew in the free world, not only happening here in the Milwaukee area, but around the world. Yeah,
this course is happening in 400 places simultaneously. We have about over 15,000 students throughout the world. We offer courses 3 times a year in this what we call the Jewish Learning Institute, and At least one each year has, we offer credits either for doctors, lawyers, or both. So the bar recognizes it with CLE credits. And it's really been a phenomenal program where this particular course that we're running now has about 70 or 80 students, 3 locations. And it's been wonderful.
While they're primarily Jews who are in this course, it is open to the general public. It
is open to the general public. Call our office and sign up. You can sign up on the website, chabadwi.org, chabadwi.org, and all those courses can be signed up there.
All right, we are going to take a short break, and when we come back, we will have some final words from Rabbi Mendel Shmotkin. Stay with us.
CBS 58 is your home to college basketball. Your high-flying Marquette Golden Eagles hit the road to take on conference leader Villanova. Marquette at Villanova, Sunday, March 2nd at 1, only on CBS 58.
I got hurt, and I knew I needed a good lawyer. But Milwaukee is 45 minutes from me in traffic. So I called David Gruber, and he came out to me.
I know the last thing you want to do after you've been in a car wreck is drive across Milwaukee traffic to see a lawyer. That's why no matter where you are, we'll come to you.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Whether you live in Milwaukee, Waukesha, Racine, or anywhere in between, we'll come to you. One call, that's all.
Been hurt in a car wreck? Call Gruber Law Offices, and they'll come to you.
I want a bath.
I want a bath. I want a bath.
Stay tuned for our best offer ever.
I dreamed of getting in a tub again.
When Mom broke her hip, bathing became such a chore. But Premier Care changed all that.
Premier Care has helped thousands of satisfied customers stay healthy, independent, and safe. Our one-stop service means we handle everything in 2 days or less. All our tubs come with a limited lifetime warranty and are designed to meet your specific needs.
Finally, a real bath.
This tub has changed my life.
A bath? Oh, I love you. Oh, you're so good to me.
Call 1-800-225-8036 to find out how you can own a Premier Care walk-in tub for as little as $150 a month. That's 1-800-225-8036. Call now.
I wanted a bath, and I got it. Thank you, Premier.
It's the most horrible thing a parent could ever go through, is to find their child dead.
Can't hardly see our priest because he makes me sad because he buried our girl.
I just wait for them to say I'm home. I just want to hear him say it one more time.
Welcome back. Rabbi Mendel Shmotkin with Lubavitch of Wisconsin is our guest, and through your synagogues and schools, you work with a lot of young people. And boy, things have changed, obviously. So much out there for young people when it comes to social media. Tell me some of the things that you do with young people and the message you have for them, and one particular program called Friendship Circle.
So, you know, everything we've been talking about in terms of adults and in terms of choices with young people, it's really on steroids. You know, they have things hitting them from every side, whether it's social media or today it's just faster and faster, Instagram and you know, all these things. So the question is how to grab their attention and how to help them find meaning. And what we found, whether it's in our high school, whether it's an, as you mentioned, Friendship Circle, I'll tell you about that in a second, is we try to put them in positions of leadership. We tend to think of young people as they need to be educated and we need to kind of direct them and push them in different directions. They naturally have an aversion to that. I think all of us do. Nobody wants to be directed. But when we present them with an opportunity to lead and to shine and to make a difference in somebody else's life, it really has a profound impact on them. We run a program called Friendship Circle. It's going on already for, it's got to be 12, 13 years now. Hundreds of volunteers. Each week we connect teen volunteers with families with children with special needs. And the whole array of special needs, whether physical, emotional, all kinds of special needs, and they spend time with them. They simply are there for this child. Take them out to the mall, play a game with them. Many of these children have no friends. They have social workers, and they have doctors, and they have people who are poking them and prodding them, but an actual friend they don't have. And many of these teens, when they have this experience, they find a whole new level of appreciation for what they have, appreciation for the impact that they can make, and a newfound focus. It's not just all about the noise, it's about what can I do, the difference that I can make. And parents come to us, parents of these teens, they come to us and they say, I can't believe my own child. I can't believe my son, my daughter. Look how involved they wake up early in the morning on Sunday morning. You can't get them out of bed all week, but early in the morning, Sunday morning, to run, to go and help. We've had a number of children kids who, when they finished this program after high school, they said they would like to change their career path. They're looking to go into special education or something like that where they can make a difference. Yeah. So when we put them in those positions, there's a profound impact that's made on them. And I think that we underestimate how deeply felt is the need for every person, young, old, all of us, to really have an impact on somebody else. When we find that, when a person can bring that out in themselves, it just makes, it lifts their whole life. It really makes a tremendous difference for them.
Rabbi Mendel Shmotkin, thank you so much for joining us on Eye to Eye. Good to see you.
Thank you for having me.